Next up, I'm so gutted about this, Amy, but I've taken down your first kiss thing. Oh shit. But I haven't taken down any notes about you, so I'm going to kind of ad-lib it. Okay, so this is Amy. It was Colin at the end of the second Harry Potter film at the Bristol Zoo. Possibly worse than doing this talk. Amy, if you don't know, is a horticulturist. A great passion for geraniums, ideally not with pook on them. And she comes from Devon originally, but she's here on a sabbatical studying bats. Give it up for Amy.
Wow. Well, that was woefully inaccurate, but thank you anyway. Okay, so let's go. Okay, I'm here today to talk about why it is we should get off our asses and basically go for a little bit of a run out there. Some of you might already be runners, in which case I guess I'm preaching to the converted, but there's always a reason not to go. And it's not actually our fault, because our brains are designed to think that actually staying in bed is the best thing to do. Seeing as we don't actually have to go out and catch our breakfast anymore, we live in a world with a stocked fridge. So our brains are just saying, stay in bed. But what we need to do is say, no brain, we're putting our shoes on and we're getting out that door. The biggest myth is the one that cheeses me off the most, that people say that running is actually bad for your knees. And actually, there is actually no proof about this. Running is one of the best activities you can do for your body. It increases your heart rate, which increases your metabolic rate, which means you burn calories a whole lot faster. And there's actually no proof to say that people who run are more likely to get knee injuries than those who don't. And I actually know people who've had repetitive stress injuries from playing video games. So before you use that excuse, I think you should maybe think about it once more. Okay, there's also not a specific body type that you should have when you're running. Not everyone is designed to look like Paula Radcliffe. From tall and short to stocky and lean, I've run with all kinds of body shapes and I've been beaten by all kinds. So just being a specific shape doesn't make you a good runner. A bit of determination, commitment and willpower is going to get you through it. We're all built a little differently, so you have to work with what you've got, and don't let your size put off running giving it a try. Running will give me saggy skin. Well, apparently this is something that when you're running, your bodies will go through something called oxidative stress, which can cause damage to the skin's elastic fibres. But there's no way of proving or measuring this, so if you go for a run, it's not like you're going to end up like this guy here. It's probably not going to happen. Apologies if you do go out and this happens to you, though. Please don't blame me. This is just kind of lazy because you don't want to run in the rain. This is my dog. He doesn't like running in the rain either, and I have to say, whilst whilst there is definitely better things to be doing with your time, there's nothing more exhilarating than running over the barrage in a monsoon. Your lungs are actually designed to combat the cold air getting into your lungs, and it heats it up and moistens it before it gets to you, so it's not actually going to cause you any damage unless you're running in weather under about 0 degrees, so you'll be absolutely fine. You're not going to need to change your diet. I actually ran the furthest I've ever run the other day after eating curry and beer. So before you think you've got to, eat bananas and energy gels, think again. It's absolutely fine. I actually don't like bananas. So there we go. Moving on. No one is any good when they start running. You've all got to start somewhere. And it won't necessarily feel right the first time, and you might need to give it a couple of goes before you start feeling better about it. And everyone who knows me knows how competitive I am, but actually you don't need to compare yourself with everyone else. What you're doing is going out to do the best that you can do in the circumstances that you've got. And so the less the worry, the more you're going to enjoy yourself out there. And running because you should. If this is what you truly believe, then you're never really going to enjoy being out there. Don't get me wrong, if you're on a training plan, you've got to stick with the rules a little bit more. But don't think of running as a chore. Think of it as a chance to have some time to yourself and enjoy the fact that you're doing something good for your body. And as cheesy as it sounds, kind of enjoy the world around you. All these places are just around the corner from us, and you can run in all of them. And on a nice day, it's really good. When it's raining, less so, but let's look at the sunny pictures for now. Being able to run far enough. There are no rules when it comes to running. Just because you've run a certain time or a certain distance doesn't make you a runner. Just because you've gone out and run something, that's what makes you a runner. How far you go is up to you. Do what makes you happy, and if you need to walk a little bit, then that's absolutely fine. Charlie's just illustrating another point here. There's meant to be an angel in his other shoulder, but it seems to have disappeared. And this isn't really a myth. Running is kind of hard, but how hard you make it is up to you. It's only as hard as you choose it to be. And what you're doing is something that's basically free, and you can do it anywhere. I have more to say. Look at this slide, it's really good. And also, there are some facts about running, as illustrated by these lovely dogs here. But everyone has to start somewhere. Not everyone is looking at you when you're going out for a run, and they're actually probably thinking good for you if they're looking at you at all. There will be times where you need to pee behind a bush. It happens. And you will never have had a bad hair day like you will have done when you've gone running. So I'm not going to pretend that running is for everyone. Some people won't get along with it, and others simply won't want to give it a go. But my boyfriend, who once told me that he'd never run on anything apart from a treadmill, is actually running the Amsterdam Marathon with me next month. So just goes to show that anyone can do it. Thank you very much.